Now we are going to start with the rest of the properties, that is the oxidation and acidic nature. So what happens, like when we talk of oxidation, so like we talk of combustion also, right? That means uncontrolled oxidation. So what happens when any alkyne is burnt, it produces CO2, water vapor and heat and light, and the flame is luminous yellow color sooty flame. But if this oxygen is present at high pressure, then this flame is something called as oxyacetylene flame, particularly for acetylene. So when acetylene is burned in the presence of oxygen at high pressure, it gives rise to oxyacetylene flame, that is of blue color, and it is used for welding purpose. So if somebody is going to ask you, because it's an important question, that what is oxyacetylene flame, then you are going to say that when acetylene is burned in presence of oxygen present at high pressure, the flame with what we get, the blue color flame, what we get is oxyacetylene flame, and it is somewhat used for the welding purpose. So this is the reaction or you can say uncontrolled combustion. But when we talk of controlled combustion, the controlled oxidation by making use of catalyst, so we have few reactions, that is with cold KMnO4, with hot KMnO4 and with particularly with ozone. So what happens when we do it with cold alkaline KMnO4, what we get actually, as we have two types of alkynes, terminal and non-terminal. When the triple bond is present at the end position, that means at the corner, it is terminal alkyne, and when it is present in the mid position, it is non-terminal somehow, right? So in case of terminal alkynes, what happens, the CH gets converted into COH and Cr gets converted into CO. You need to remember that. So, and what as a result we form diene or we form diols. So let's see here, this is CH3C triple bond CH. I am going to oxidize it, or I am going to do a controlled oxidation in presence of cold KMnO4. So what happens here, this is my CH and particularly it is terminal alkyne. That means CH is going to turn into somewhat COH. So this is what I have done. And talking of this is RC, and we know that what we do for RC, we convert into this thing C double bond O. So let's write here CH3 C double bond O and this. So this is my compound, right? So that means it is, and you know that it finally breaks up also, and it breaks up into a stable compound, that is the carboxylic acid along with carbon dioxide. And secondly, again the second example, this is my non-terminal alkyne. So here I am going to add an oxygen again in the presence of cold KMnO4. So this is going to because here is a triple bond. So what is going to happen, this is RC, again this is RC, and we know that RC turns into a ketone. So we will get CH3C double bond O, this will become single, again double bond O, and this is CH3. So this is something diene, because it possesses two ketonic groups, so it is called as diene. Likewise here I have CH triple bond CH, and it is a terminal alkyne, and we know that CH turns into COH. So what happens, what we get is HC double bond O, or you can write in this way COH COH. So this is actually the reaction, and you know that when we make use of this cold KMnO4, it is actually called as Bayer's test for an unsaturation, because when we add KMnO4, what happened, the pink color of KMnO4 just gets discharged, which actually confirms the formation of this compound, or the formation of the presence of the unsaturation. So this is what is the Bayer's test. Now with hot KMnO4, what product we get actually, we get CO2 and we get carboxylic acid. CH turns into CO2 and water vapor, and Cr turns into carboxylic acid. Otherwise here the Cr was turning into an ketonic group, but here the Cr is turning into carboxylic acid group. So when we are adding this in presence of hot alkaline KMnO4, what we'll get obviously this will get cleaved from here, and we'll get CH, so we'll get 2 carboxylic acid, right? And we'll get this thing CH and CH, it turns into CO2 and water. So we'll get that. And when we are adding to this, then what we'll get again in presence of hot KMnO4, this CH, this will turns into carbon dioxide, and because this is RC, so it is going to turn into carboxylic acid, that is CH3COH, right, with carbon dioxide. Likewise here, this is RC and RC. So what we are going to get, RC always turns into a carboxylic acid. So we are going to CH3COH plus CH3COH. Actually, you need to cleave the bond here. You need to show the cleavage. This is what is the with hot KMnO4. Likewise, when we do it with ozone, suppose this is my alkyne, I am going to add O3. So what as a result I will get? I will get a ozonoid actually like this, and it will turn into, we know that CH turns into carboxylic acid. So we get HC double bond O, C double bond O, and this. So we get again dions. We get again dions. So this is the, sorry, diols. So this is what is the reaction that is called as an oxidation reaction. The last is to show an acidic nature. Like if we want to show an acidic nature, then how can we show it? So first, like if somebody is going to ask you that what is the reason behind the acidic nature of alkynes? So the reason behind the acidic nature of alkyne is that because in alkyne carbon is somewhat sp hybridized, and we know that that makes the carbon actually more electronegative. So when it becomes more electronegative, the C and H bond gets somehow polar and the release of hydrogen ion gets easy. And when the release of hydrogen ion gets easy, it confirms that the substance is acidic in nature, right? So it is the reaction which will be showing the acidic nature now. Suppose this I have an acetylene. I am going to add sodium in presence of liquid ammonia. So what happens? H gets replaced by the sodium. And you know that what is the name? It is the disodium ethanide. We call them as ethanide, IDE. And likewise, we can perform a test in which we will be adding like we will be adding a compound AgNH3 whole twice OH negative, and you know that what we are going to get? We are going to get a compound which will be disilver ethanite, and you know that what is the precipitate? It is actually a white color precipitate. So whenever you get a question like this, then you can show it actually that when you react with them, the like ammonical silver hydroxide, or you react with sodium with liquid ammonia. So or you may react it with this thing, like this is ammonical silver hydroxide, that will be the copper hydroxide. So again in the same case you will get copper here, that is dicopper ethanite. So you can perform any of the reaction to show that the alkynes are acidic in nature. So whenever you get a question like that to show that it is acidic in nature or not, so you can do it by this reaction, that is by reacting them with sodium with liquid ammonia or the ammonical silver hydroxide. Likewise, you can do it for ammonical copper hydroxide. Again the red precipitate. In case of copper you get red precipitate. So this is what are the chemical properties of the alkyne. I think you got it. The first was the addition reaction, and the reason behind that, it possessed an extra 2 bonds. Second was the polymerization, where it was forming a benzene. Third is the oxidation, which we are showing with combustion. Oxyacetylene flame is an important part. Cold KMnO4 hot and with ozone. And likewise, you are showing an acidic nature by reacting them with these compounds. So this finishes the chemical properties of the alkynes.